The past month and a half or so have not been great for my dad. We're at that stage with his dementia where he doesn't really want to eat or drink that much, and it's kind of a problem. So in this video, I wanted to address dehydration specifically and give you some tips and tricks for prevention. Now each person will have their own requirements, of course, and my dad's PCP wants him to have at least 48 ounces of fluid a day. Because of his orthostatic falls though, his neurologist wants him to shoot for 64 ounces a day. So in my mind, we're shooting for 6 to 8 8-ounce jars of fluid each day. It's a combination of water, Gatorade, coconut water, and soybean milk. If you're dealing with somebody with dementia, then it's very important that they have a visual reminder of how much they have to drink. When my dad was first diagnosed with Parkinson's and they were still in Florida, I sent him one of those big jugs of water, the ones with the lines that say drink here by 10 a.m., drink here by noon. But it turned out that that was a little overwhelming for him. So now we use these little 8-ounce jars. I got these on Amazon, but you can use anything that will hold 8 fluid ounces. My mom washes them every night and puts them back out again every morning. So 4 or 5 of them will always just be plain water, and then 3 or 4 of them will be Gatorade, coconut water, or soy milk. Because he's not eating very much, it's perfectly fine for him to drink his calories because his type 2 diabetes is under control. Another trick I learned is that you might want to switch up the modality for drinking, as in have little shot glasses, use bendy straws, give them a glass, let them choose how it's going to be easier for them to drink the fluid. We've discovered that he prefers drinking out of a glass at meal times, but if he's distracted, like he's watching TV, then I can get him to take a couple of shots of water, no problem. The key is to be persistent. Even if they tell you they're not thirsty, you have to insist. Just tell them, I know you're not thirsty, but you really need to drink. It's important so you don't get weaker. When you're tallying up the fluid for the day, it's important to remember that food counts as well. Things like watermelon, soup, jello, they're full of water, so they definitely count. What I like to do is bargain with my dad. If you eat a whole cup of jello, then we can toss out 1 whole jar, okay? Okay. So far, it works like a charm. I think it gives him back a bit of autonomy, and that always helps. Now, let's talk about the hard stuff. What happens when dehydration creeps up and it gets really bad? You can have a bad day, sure, but when you have a series of bad days and somebody's not drinking enough, they can get really, really weak. When that happens, your doctor will likely send you to the emergency room for assessment and maybe an IV. The good news about that is that the IV will make them feel better pretty quickly. Now the bad news, of course, is that an emergency room visit is very expensive, unless you have good insurance, and it takes a long time. Unfortunately, here in the States, many walk-in clinics, urgent care centers included, cannot administer IVs, so you need to double-check before looking for an alternative. Recently, I discovered that our health system has an urgent care that's completely mobile and they can administer IVs at home. So that's actually what we used this week. The picture you're seeing right now is my dad in the emergency room last month, and the past month or so has been a real fight. The dementia makes him really, really stubborn, and we have to convince him to drink. Now, when I'm there, it's a little better because we can play good cop, bad cop, but most of the time, it's just my mom with him. So just be ready for a shift in your power dynamic. After dehydration is treated, your doctor will probably want you to monitor urine output for both volume and color. We accomplish this by using a portable, sort of bedside urinal. We just keep it in a little bucket and he can pick it up and use it whenever he needs to. Believe it or not, my mom takes pictures and sends them to me at work. So then I can check them for color, volume, and see if he's on the road to dehydration again. The good thing about using a portable urinal is that it'll make things easier down the line when going to the bathroom is a little more difficult. Now one last thing before I go, and this is a bit of a hard truth. The doctor on call I spoke to last month when my dad was dehydrated and really weak brought up a really good point. A person can choose at any time to stop eating or drinking. That's entirely their right. Here in the States, that means that you would shift from medical care to hospice care. That would mean basically pain management and pretty much just waiting to die. So this is another conversation that we had to have with my father as well. Because, as the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. In the end, he said he wasn't giving up, that he would try his best, and he would drink those 6 to 8 jars. But, you know, dementia. In any case, I hope this video was useful. Drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you.